Hi everyone, my name is Misha and I'm from India. Please like and subscribe to MSA. I was born into a super rich family where my parents always treated me like a princess. But it all changed when 2 years later, my little sister Dia was born. And then suddenly, the earth started revolving around her.
Oh, honey, doesn't she look like an angel?
Oh no, she's definitely a goddess. Since her birth, our wealth has doubled.
My little sister was indeed really pretty and a natural genius, while I was dyslexic and could hardly read even at the age of 7.
But, John... You should just give up, Misha. No matter what language you study, it's all gonna read stupid to you.
And while she'd bully me for being different, Mom and Dad would just adore her for her little achievements.
I've run out of career goals for her. She can be anything in this world. My daughter is perfect.
Mom, do you even know she hit a kid at school today? How's that any good?
She fought against a bully. You should be proud of her.
Proud? She was the bully. I just hated her at times, and I wished she would just vanish somewhere. But then, our lives took a terrible turn. On Dia's 6th birthday, Mom and Dad took us to see the Grand Kumela, a festival where almost 15 million people gather once every 12 years. It was super crowded, so my parents asked me to hold Dia's hand. But the moment they went ahead for the prayer, she started acting like a brat.
Let me go. I don't want to hold hands with you. I'm a big girl now, and you can't even read. If we get lost, I'll be the one saving you.
Shut up, this is no joke. Stay next to me. But she kept complaining and then bit my hand. Ouch! I suddenly let her go and she ran into the crowd. I ran after her, but she was nowhere to be seen. And I started to freak out. Some security people rescued me, but we just couldn't find Dia. Mom fainted as soon as she heard this news. For months, my parents kept looking for Dia and put out several rewards for whoever found her. But that just ended up with frauds coming from random girls dressed like Dia to receive the reward money, and Dad would have kicked them out. And seeing Mom spiral into depression, I couldn't help thinking it was my fault. I had let go of Dia's hand, and thinking about it broke my heart.
Oh, honey, you shouldn't cry like this. We're gonna find your sister, okay?
But what if we don't? I won't be able to forgive myself, Dad.
It's not your fault, love.
Mom, you don't blame me?
Of course not. It could have happened to anyone. And all we can do now is love and support each other and not give up hope.
Mom hugged me tight and I felt better than I had in ages. I started working hard on myself and my studies and my parents cheered me on, but they never stopped looking for Dia. Years passed and one day when I topped my 10th grade exams, I went home with gifts for everyone. But when I got there, I was stunned to see my parents crying and hugging a girl.
Oh, honey, look! It's Dia! Dia's back! This boy found your sister!
I was still in shock as my parents showed me her DNA test, which was a match.
We checked her birthmark, and she remembers things from her childhood days. She's really your sister, Misha.
I missed you so much, Misha. I missed you too, Dia. Look at you, you're so grown up now. She then told us that after getting lost, she'd been rescued by a monk who'd raised her all these years. I'd been living in a monastery, and then this guy came here as a tourist a week ago and told me I looked a lot like a girl a family had been searching for. So he brought me here. Dad offered the guy Neil a handsome reward, but he turned it down.
I'm grateful, sir, but what I really need is a job. I have a sick mom to look after, so it would be great if I had a regular salary. My family and I can never truly pay you for everything you've done for us, son. You can take both the money and the job.
The guy's face lit up and Dad hired him as my driver. The same night, I was super excited to hang out with Dia, but the moment I entered her room, she threw a nasty fit. Ugh, can't I get any sleep now? I'm tired of answering everyone's questions all day. Just get out. And there I knew she was my sister for sure. Who else could be so bratty towards me? I was heading back to my room when I spotted Neil outside.
Ugh.
Gotcha.
Whoa, that was scary, miss.
What are you doing? Need some help?
No, I mean, yes. I can drive cars, but this one's so complicated with all the automatic settings. I just can't
move.
What?
Just do as I say. I moved into the driver's seat and showed him how everything worked, and he looked impressed.
If you're so good at this, I'm sure you can drive well too.
Shh, it's a secret. Until I turn 18. After that, we started talking, and he was the funniest guy ever. My cheeks hurt from laughing so much. Soon, Neil became the friend I never knew I needed. He drove me around everywhere, and in between, he'd pick me up meals too. OMG, I was craving this burger so bad. Gosh, this tastes like heaven.
Only the best and greasiest for you.
But my peace around the house was being hijacked by my sister again. Mom had promised to perform certain rituals if Dia returned home safely, but Dia had the most ridiculous wishes of her own. The monk I lived with told me to wear gold all over my body, Mom. My skin feels so dry. I want to bathe in milk from now on, Mom. I don't think I can go to school so soon. How about you send me on vacation somewhere first? Why is your list of demands getting so absurd? And you need to go to school, Dia. Unlike you, I haven't been able to live in luxury for the last 8 years of my life. And now you have issues if I want to live a bit? A bit? We'll go broke if you keep making Mom and Dad spend this way. Even after all these years, you haven't grown up at all.
That's enough, Misha.
Mom came in and scolded me, but I was so pissed that I just stormed off to the rooftop. And surprisingly, Neil was there too. What are you doing here?
I was just getting some fresh air. It's been quite tough lately.
What do you mean? Neil told me he spent all the reward money on his mom's treatment, but now the doctors were asking for more.
I don't know how to ask your dad. He's already paying me for the job and…
I can lend it to you.
What?
Yeah, you can take the money and pay me back later. That's the least I can do for you.
You're an angel, Misha. I don't know how I'll ever be able to thank you. Anyway, why are you here? You look bothered too.
I ended up telling him everything going on with Dia.
She's been away from her family and friends for so long, and it's an adjustment phase. Or maybe she's acting out. Just give her some time. And you need to take some stress off too. Come with me.
We drove to a beautiful beach and spent the entire night there talking and laughing, and it was then that I knew I'd started having feelings for Neil. I dozed off in the car on our way home, but when I woke up, I found myself in Neil's arms as he was carrying me to my room. As he put me in my bed, I felt in a dream-like state, and I pulled him in for a kiss. Ew! I saw Dia standing at the door. She ran to my parents, screaming that Neil and I were madly in love.
Do you have no shame, Misha? He's a servant and you kissed him? I dreamt of marrying you to some billionaire and you're settling for a driver?
Dad, Neil's a good guy.
Yes, he must be, but not good enough for you. We can't fire him because of what he did for us. But stay away from him, okay? He is way below your league.
Their words pierced my heart, but I wasn't going to give up on the person I loved so easily. I went to Neil's room later that night with some money and told him we could run away.
What? No, Misha, we can't do that. They're your parents, and you know how miserable they were after losing Dia. They'd be heartbroken to see you gone.
He calmed me down and told me we were going to find a way to convince my parents someday. Fine, I believe you. But you can keep this money for your mom's treatment since you need more. The next day, Neil was assigned as Dia's driver, and she kept sending me pictures of how she was bossing him around, which made me angry. And later that night, that witch came to my room. Seeing how pathetic you guys are feeling without each other, I've decided to do you a favor. You know how much Mom and Dad adore me and can't refuse anything I ask, so I was thinking I can convince them to let you two date.
Really? You're gonna…
No, not yet. Well, there's nothing in it for me. So how about you give me something I want?
What do you want?
Soon it's my birthday, and Mom told me she's gonna distribute all the ancestral jewelry between us two. Just tell her that you don't want any, and she can give everything to me. What? That's ridiculous. Those are family heirlooms and… Well, if you want heirlooms more than your one true love, then so be it. No, wait. I'll do it. I'll give it to you. It's a deal. The next day, it was Sunday, and Neil mostly spent it with his mom in the hospital, so I went to see them both. Excuse me, can you tell me which room Mrs. Bertha is in?
Oh, honey, she passed away 2 years back.
What the heck? I immediately called Neil and asked him to come meet me. Did you lie to me? About your mom? The hospital staff said she'd passed away 2 years ago.
I'm so sorry, Misha. I didn't mean to lie, but I needed the money to pay off my debts.
What?
My dad borrowed a lot of money for my mom's treatment, but after she passed away, he left me all by myself. Now the moneylenders are after me, and if I don't pay them back, God knows what they'll do to me.
He broke down in tears, and I hugged him. Hey, it's all right. You didn't have to hide the truth from me, Neil. And don't worry, I'm here for you. I'll always be here for you. The next few days, Neil was really busy with all the preparations for Dia's grand birthday party. I couldn't speak to him in front of Mom and Dad, so I sneaked up to see him on the rooftop. Looks like someone's super busy.
Misha, I missed you so much.
I missed you too, Neil. We sat down and talked for a while. You know, this time my parents are super excited for Dia's birthday, but for the last 8 years, it was the saddest day for them. They'd instructed the servants to decorate the house with lights in her memory, hoping she'd return one day. And now she's finally with us, thanks to you, Neil. I love you so much. Suddenly, his eyes became teary, and I told him about my deal with Dia to cheer him up.
What? You're willing to give up something so precious for me?
You're more precious to me than all the jewels, and she's gonna help us.
No. I can't do this anymore, Misha. I just can't fool you anymore. I'm such a horrible person, and you shouldn't give up anything for me.
What do you mean?
I lied. To you and your family. That girl, she's not your sister. She's a con artist I picked up from the street to work with me.
What are you saying, Neil?
It's true, but I can explain.
You jerk! How dare you! I told you not to tell anyone anything!
I'm sick of being your puppet. I brought her here to fool your family, Misha, but then she started to blackmail me, and I had to ask you for money for her. I can't do this anymore.
This girl wasn't my sister, and the guy I loved was a fraud? I felt devastated and rushed to tell my parents the truth.
How could you do this to us? How could you play with a mother's feelings?
Dad called the cops and had them both arrested, and it just broke Mom down.
That's it. No more rewards, no more searching. My heart can't take it anymore. We should accept the fact that our daughter is gone. For good.
After that, Mom fell super sick and we had to send her to therapy. We also stopped looking for Dia, and I moved to the US for university. When I came back after 4 years, I started working for Dad's company, and within the next 2 years, he made me the CEO. On the day of the handover celebration, I was in my office when a guy broke in with security chasing him.
What's going on? Who is this guy? It's me, Misha.
Neil? I asked the guards to take him away, but then he said the most shocking thing.
Dia is here with me, your real sister, and I swear I'm not lying this time. It's really her. Trust me, Misha.
I didn't trust him one bit, but given there was the smallest chance that it might be my real sister, I decided to see her. He introduced me to a girl who did look like Dia and didn't remember much about our childhood together, except that she was our family. Of course, I got a DNA test done, this time under my observation. And to my shock, the test results proved she was my real sister. I immediately called my parents and they came running.
Oh, honey, I can't believe it's you.
Mom, Dad, I thought I'd never find you guys. I missed you all so much. I missed you too, Misha.
But as everyone was busy hugging, I noticed Neil was leaving and I followed him outside. Stop! Where are you going?
I just wanted to make up for what I'd done to you and your family, Misha. But I still can't look you in the eye.
You spent all these years looking for my sister?
I had to. I couldn't live with myself otherwise.
Then why did you con us in the first place, Neil?
To get revenge for my family, but it was so wrong.
Revenge? What do you mean?
My mom was your and Dia's nanny, and she loved you both so much and often told me stories about you guys. That's how I was able to tell the fake girl some things about your childhood. But after Dia got lost, Mom was fired. The cops took her in for an investigation, thinking Dia's disappearance might be a kidnapping. She had a hard time dealing with those false accusations and got super sick. I couldn't help blaming your family.
And that's why you decided to take revenge.
I'm really sorry for everything, Misha. Living with your family and getting to know you, I realized what a terrible thing I'd done. You were so good to me and I fell for you. And then I couldn't think of hurting you.
That's enough, Neil.
Trust me, I really love you, and I thought finding your sister was the only thing that could make you forgive me. But I know it won't be easy, so I won't stay and bother you.
He started walking away, but something in my heart felt heavy. Wait, stop! I forgive you, Neil. You've been through enough yourself. I can't forget what you did in the first place, but I can definitely forgive you.
Do you really mean it?
Yes, I do. So please stay, because this time I want to know you for real.